Rest assured, Donald Trump is surrounded by the biggest compilation of bottom feeders this country has to offer. They are brazen about how diabolical they are, and they are brazen about their intent to exact recreational cruelty on the American public. Listen to Howard Lutnick here.
Before we get there, I want to ask one last question on the cuts. Can we speak do we need to speak in a more empathetic way? Because that $1 trillion of spending flows into someone's pocket. Some percentage of that pays people a salary, and they live on that income. And I think a lot of okay, I think this is important for you to highlight, because a lot of people are reacting.
No, absolutely not. We're not going to be more empathetic. But furthermore, that's a lie that the cuts, the $1 trillion cuts, are going to somehow fund the American public. That's not the intention of this. That's not what the oligarchs in Silicon Valley have planned. Their intention is to dismantle democracy and have all of the power concentrated in the executive branch. And they found a moron, Donald Trump, with a bunch of moronic followers that go along with this. But everybody's going to get screwed over. And I think I'm just shocked at how I knew this is what they were going to do. I'm shocked about how brazen they are about the cruelty.
It's interesting that they're ready to admit we have no empathy. We don't give a shit that people are losing their income. We don't care because the rich are going to get richer. The corporations are going to get richer. And that's what we care about.
There's this whole thing with like Peter Thiel, who's South African. And this other guy, I think his name is like Curtis Yarvin. A lot of people in the comment section are like, look into him. But there are a bunch of like really bizarre men that, and Peter Thiel's gay. And we all know J.D. Vance went to the gay boot camp with Peter Thiel. And then this, I believe his name is Curtis Yarvin. And they are these really weirdo people that have come up with this idea of dark enlightenment. And they want to dismantle democracy. And Trump is literally their Trojan horse to do it. And it's really, really scary stuff. And how can we react to this? We can support the Democrats that are speaking out against the concentration of wealth to a few Americans. And nobody is doing this better right now than AOC and Bernie. Put up this slide. Okay, they are packing the house. And Anna Barr on Twitter says, just to be clear about the moment we're in, Bernie Sanders' biggest crowd in Phoenix previously was 11,300 in 2015 when he was running for president. Tonight, in a non-campaign year, when he is running for nothing, 15,000 Arizonans turned out. This is a big deal. And this is just one arena, and they had an overflow crowd. This economic populist message is gaining steam, and it's gaining steam with, I think, people that used to identify as being MAGA.
I agree, because the people that are going to suffer the most from these cuts are MAGA Republicans, particularly in rural areas. And that's where his population base is. So I think they're realizing, oh, wait, he lied. I know it's like, you should have known that already, but they're starting to get the message. I truly believe that.
And the way the right has always said, oh, the left, they're elitists, and all of this is just, every accusation is a confession. And Trump has this lawyer named Alina Habba, who I want to remind everybody got her ass beat in court all the time. And without the Supreme Court, without a genuinely corrupt judge, Aileen Cannon, Trump would be in jail. And this woman is just such a thirst trapper. I mean, she's just so thirsty for attention. And she wants to go after AOC for waiting tables. And when I was younger, I waited tables. When Pumps was younger, she waited tables. A lot of people, that's their career. That's the profession for their life. But the right has always wanted to demean AOC because she had a working class job, which is a really interesting attack. Here's how AOC responds to that.
She went on television, and when she actually had to be faced with explaining her job, and when she actually had to be faced with doing her job, this is what she had to say. Quote, what intellectual thought she was asked about me. Quote, what intellectual thought? You were in a bar. You were in a bar, AOC, and not to have a drink, but to serve one. And I want you all to understand, and I don't care what this woman says about me, but I want you to understand that she isn't just talking about me here. She's talking about you. She's talking about all of us.
And this is the epicenter of MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
They want to cherry pick what set of facts or misinformation or lies suit their narrative at that moment. And right now, AOC is a very effective speaker. A lot of people in her district voted for her and voted for Trump. And I think what they saw is that people believe that Trump is authentic. And I can say that, yes, he's an authentic dipshit asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that he's authentic in that. I can also say that AOC is authentic in her fight and in her plight for all Americans and for working class Americans and for this tragic wealth disparity that the late stage capitalism has produced in this country, and how people in this country falsely assume that if somebody has money, they are happy and smart. And Alina Habba plays into that narrative, that indoctrination. We've all been so deeply indoctrinated into capitalism. And a lot of white Christian evangelical religion also does that, the prosperity gospel. And so a lot of people are really primed for this idea. And AOC and Bernie Sanders are so effective in saying, she's like, yeah, I was a working class person. I worked my way through college. It was hard. I was broke. Nobody handed me a $450 million trust fund like they did Donald Trump. Nobody gave me billions of dollars in government subsidies like they have Elon Musk. I'm one of you, and I care about you, and I'm fighting for you. And this is very basic and very effective and very much missing from the political narrative right now. So good on AOC for always fighting for the good fight. And what so many of these triple Trumpers don't realize, nobody is fighting as much for your rights and your way of life as the people that you deem radical socialists. And because you don't understand what democratic socialism is all the more reason why they want to cancel the Department of Education.
Well, Trump loves the poorly educated, as we know. But what I thought about when I saw AOC say this, I thought, Alina Habba is on Fox News, where my guess is you have a large segment of the viewership that is blue collar to lower middle class. And she is basically saying the rich are better than you. And they are eating it. They're eating it up because they think she's rich and powerful, because in the United States, we worship rich people. And I thought, at some point, is this going to sink in? Once they take away their benefits, once they take away their jobs, once goods and services become so unaffordable, will that be the moment that they get it? I just was shocked she went on Fox News and said this, considering their viewership.
Well, also, I want to point out, and I don't know what the stats are, what the demographics are on Fox News, but we live in a red state, as you all know, in Oklahoma City, and there are a lot of people that I would say, white people, that make over $200,000 a year and upwards into seven figures, and they are Fox News freebasers. I mean, they sit around and freebase Fox. And I think what Fox does for them is it provides this permission structure, because they want to say, oh, we're fiscally conservative and socially liberal. And they're able to get on Watch Fox. And for these people, being a bartender is demeaning. It means you are nothing. And these are the silver spoon generational wealth people that have always benefited from generational wealth, people whose white parents always came in and parachuted and saved them from ever hitting a rock bottom. And that's a huge portion all across all 50 states of Fox viewers. Yes, I think there are blue collar people there, but also there is this upper middle to upper class white people, all those white women that voted for Trump, who go around to Starbucks and yoga class and power mom it, they are Fox News viewers, and Fox News gives them permission structures. And a lot of these white women came straight from their parents' nest, straight to their husband's bank account, all benefiting from generational wealth that exists in white America. And so I think that is a huge portion of the Fox viewership. What do you think?
Well, I think I'm going through my head when you say that. I agree there is a big section of that, but I also think, there's people that cut hair, work in kitchens, people that do the same jobs that Alina Hobb is demeaning, people who are not college educated.
Do working class people have the time to sit around and watch Fox?
Well, they must, because they parrot they're coming for your guns. George Soros.
I don't think we're disagreeing here. I
Right.
think there's both, but I do think that there is always this deference and always this permission structure given to privileged white people.
I agree.
And I believe that Fox News allows them enough hate for them to consume and for them to never realize what an advantage they've had by virtue of their parents having wealth and making sure that they graduated from college without debt. If you have problems in your life, your parents come in and parachute you. And there is this amnesia that white Americans have regarding that. And the majority of these Americans that I'm describing, I would assume that they probably read the Wall Street Journal and feast on Fox News. Now, is there a huge working class component that Trump appealed to that watch Fox News? Yeah. There's probably a lot of people in rural America that come home, watch Wheel of Fortune, get a hit off of Jesse Waters, tuck it in, rinse and repeat, and it feeds their grievances. But a lot of educated white people that I personally know, they feast on Fox News. And how I know it is they start spouting Fox News points instantly. And these are people in our socioeconomic circles. So I think a lot of people fall prey to the Fox News propaganda.
And that's not even getting into the right-wing media podcasters that are on Putin's payroll,
Yeah, which is kind of like next level. But I blame Fox because it started it. It set the psychological soil for all of these other right-wing narratives to when people, it's kind of like drug addiction. You start off with alcohol and then maybe, you move on to Xanax and then you move on to cocaine, et cetera. And I think that's kind of like the right-wing media echo chamber. They just keep escalating it to more and more and more cruelty to where finally you're freebasing, like Ben Shapiro or Tucker Carlson, who are just completely diabolical sociopaths that are good orators. They're very good communicators, but it's this cruel, bizarre bullshit. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. Subscribe to our channel. As you know, we have a goal. We want to get to 1 million subs. We want our little YouTube trophy because it's a big deal for broads at our age to get such an achievement. We'll see you all later.